and welcome. My name is Heroine Bob and welcome to Bob Buys, where I go to places like charity shops, thrift stores, and retail locations to buy stuff for hopefully really cheap to resell on sites like Etsy, Amazon, and eBay. Last week I ran out of energy before I could make it to the DAV, and it is Saturday, so that means it is sourcing day. So I am actually going to start at the DAV this time. Again, the DAV is, in my area, is the expensive thrift store, so I'm hoping maybe I can find some good deals here. But we're gonna start here, and then if I have energy, I will go to probably the CHKD, just because I struck out so hard last week at Goodwill. There was absolutely nothing there. But let's go ahead and go inside and see if I can find something awesome. So far I found a vintage cookie jar. This is from 1983, it's Otagiri. I found a Westmoreland glass bud vase. I found some milk glass. I don't know what these things are, but I'm actually going to do a crafting project with these because milk glass really isn't worth all that much, but you can make it worth money with this crafting project that I'm going to do. And then I found a golden retriever from like the 70s mug. I'm still looking through the hard goods, and then I'm going to switch to the clothes. So this is some good timing. This is the Reims Cathedral. But I see a lot of listings for this because they're adding Notre Dame into it. I don't know if this is Notre Dame, actually. I'll have to look. But these are going for like $30 right now because of the tragedy of Notre Dame basically burning down. So yeah, I'm buying these. Western shirt for $4, and I would normally buy this because this is like a $25 item, except it has a lot of condition issues. It's got a hole here, and then it's got some kind of bleaching right there, so unfortunately I am going to have to pass on that. Look at what's parked right next to me. How cool is that? So I found some really great things at that DAV. Some things that I found, unfortunately, I did have to pass on because, again, this is the expensive place to shop. But I did find a lot of great things to resell. I did find several hard goods, which means my house is going to get a little bit more full. And I also found some men's clothes that are more fall winter-ish, but I'm just going to hold on to them because clothes don't take up that much space, and I can list them now and then just wait until fall and winter for them to sell. Although around Father's Day, like, it doesn't really matter if it's seasonal or not. Some of the men's clothes will still sell, which is kind of cool. But I'm gonna go for a run now. Actually, my shoes and my shorts that I'm wearing to go running in, I did actually thrift. I got these New Balance Minimus Vibram shoes for $5. They're brand new, and I was going to resell them, and then when I went to list them, I realized they were in my size, so they stayed with me. And I got a pair of Nike shorts because green is my favorite color, and they were also my size. So sometimes you buy stuff and you think you're going to resell them, and then you realize it's your size and that you like it and you can't really let go of it, and that's okay. That's part of the great thing, because that means when you're done with it, you've had an opportunity to love it for a while, you can still resell it. So I'm gonna go for a run, and then when I get back and get some food and get some rest, I will go through my haul and show you everything that I did get. So I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so as you guys can see, I am back on the ugly couch. couch and I am going to show you the things I got at the DAV yesterday. I did spend a little over $50, which is a lot for me there. Normally I don't find this much at the DAV because they're normally a little bit too pricey, but I found a lot of hard goods and actually a few clothing pieces. I did end up leaving yesterday before going to the women's section because there were just too many people and there were a lot of kids there, and as much as I love kids, unsupervised kids screaming at the top of their lungs, like running and breaking stuff, it's not my bag. So the first thing we're going to put up is these. These are composite bookends. They're incredibly heavy and they have this beautiful cathedral on them. Now I do not know for certain if this is Notre Dame, but these things are selling like hotcakes, mostly because when I looked at the comps, they all put Notre Dame in the title, and those of you know there was an unfortunate fire at that beautiful historic cathedral, and it burned a significant portion of it down. And as such, people are searching Notre Dame stuff. And so I'm going to put this up for sale, and I should get about $30 for these, which is insane. And that's in addition to shipping. So it's more like $35, $40 for these for shipped. So I'm gonna list these today. The next thing I got is this 99-cent purse. I bought this because it's interesting. I don't know enough about designer bags to really tell if they're fake or not. We do have several outlets near where I live. So like Michael Kors and Coach and like Vera Bradley and all that kind of stuff. Like Vera Bradley's kind of like middle in range as far as price goes. So I don't really look for those because I can't tell the difference if they're real or not. So I like looking for interesting purses, and this is interesting to me. This is all hand woven. The inside of it, it's actually really clean inside, but I think this is really pretty and it's cute, and it's hold its shape pretty good. I think this is actually like an 80s purse based on the weird patent thing inside. I can look at the patent number to see when it was patented, and that'll probably give me a better indication as to the age. But this is definitely vintage and will go in my Etsy shop. I actually should probably get around $10 to $15 for this 99-cent purse. The next item is this beautiful 90s Tommy Hilfiger, and this is 90s. I believe this is 90s for multiple reasons. One, the big box logo, so this is not the new logo, and the vertical stripage. This screams 90s. V-neck vertical stripage sweater. It is not sweater season, it is sleeveless season. So this might sit for a little while, but I will definitely put this in my eBay, and I will probably get around $25 for this, just because it is vintage. It is very clean, and it is an XL, so it's a good size. So that will be very nice. I wrap all of my hard good breakables into the shirts if I buy clothing with them, and so it's going to take me a hot minute. So the next thing I'm going to show you is this late 80s, early 90s Wrangler shirt. If this had the pearl snaps, this would be the most perfect shirt. This is a medium, so I'm probably going to sit on it for a little while, but due to how interesting this pattern is and the fact that it is vintage, and the fact that I only paid $2 for it, I should still get around 18 bucks for this shirt. If it had like the pearl snaps on it, I would probably get like 25 for this shirt. But still, this is really cool, and I only paid 2 bucks for it. The next thing I'm going to show you is this vintage mug. This is 70s mug. You can tell from the handle here. This is like late 70s. This is a golden retriever mug. I am a sucker for anything kitty or puppy, and I had a chocolate lab growing up, so this has a big little place in my heart. So I paid $2 for this. I'll probably get like $10 for it. That's not including shipping, so, and this will go up on my Etsy store. The next item, oh my god. So I actually paid up for this item. I normally don't spend more than $5 on anything at the thrift store. but I paid $7 for this beautiful Otagiri 1983 cookie jar bear. I'm hoping that when I take the tape off here, he will not be chipped inside. He's not really worth a whole lot considering how much I paid for him. He does have a little chippy right here. And just a little tiny though, a little tiny on his Tootsie. Just a little tiny chippy there on his Tootsie. But he does still have the sticker on him right here. And you can see there on his butt, or you can't see because of the glare. But it does say Otagiri 1983 Japan on there. If this is his only chippy, I should still be able to get $20 for him on my Etsy store. But he was too cute to leave at the DAV to probably get broken by those children. So this is the first time I found this brand at the thrift store. I found this beautiful Pendleton button-down plaid long sleeve shirt for $4. It is a large. This is a button down because the collar is button down. If the collar is not button down, then it is considered a button front shirt. So that is the difference there. This is a great brand. If you can find a Pendleton blanket, those sell for a lot of money, like $150, $180 range money. But this is a great brand no matter what you find in it. I should get around $25 for this shirt. It just feels quality. This feels really nice. If it doesn't sell right away, I might actually just give this to my brother because it's his size and he would probably like it. So anytime I find anything nice in a large, it might end up with my dad or my brother. But this is really nice. If I do sell it, it's gonna sell for around $25. Now, I showed you some vintage Tommy, and I've also shown you what a new tag looks like. This is a new. Oh no! Oh no! Oh God, I am so lucky. I completely forgot I wrapped stuff in that sweater. Oh no, I am so lucky. Oh, I'll show you what I almost broke in a second, but let me finish showing you this. So this is new Tommy, and the reason I bought this again, so I bought that because it was vintage Tommy, and in previous videos you've seen the reason why I would buy new Tommy is if it was like interesting, and if it was a good size, if it's either a really good size and also a good pattern. So this is not a great size, but it's a great pattern. Anything obnoxious Tommy Hilfiger is going to sell. This is a sweater, so it probably is not going to sell for a couple more months, but I found a medium Tommy Hilfiger sweater with this ridiculous H on it. Do you see that? Now, this feels nice. I also only paid $2 for this ridiculous Tommy sweater. So even if it doesn't sell right away, I'm not really hurting for anything because it was only $2. This actually kind of smells good. But again, $2, I should probably get around $25 for this when it's the right season. But for $2 to $25, that's amazing. So what fell out of the sweater? So I have a tendency, like I said earlier, to wrap breakables in the shirts that I get, so that way it's a little bit more cushion than just the paper they would wrap them in. And I normally wrap them because I don't want the workers to break stuff. They try their best, but you know, if there's a long line, they do it too quick and you know, whatever. I have control issues. Okay, so what I almost broke were this set of beautiful, I think chalkware, boy and girl kitty salt and pepper shakers. They fit together like that. It's super adorable. Now, I'm not sure based on my receipt if I paid $2.98 for these or 99 cents for these because there are two different prices on them. One is marked off and one is this. Regardless if I paid $1 or $3 for these, I'm gonna get between $10 and $12 for them on my Etsy store because these are definitely 80s. Like this colorway is definitely 80s. These are definitely vintage. So I'm gonna throw these up on my Etsy store for $10 to $12. I have decided on my Etsy store not to offer free shipping because it seems to do better that way, and also I don't have to calculate shipping. So the Etsy will do that for me. So that's what I'm saying. So $10 to $12 plus shipping. These are super cute, and I'm glad I did not break them. Oh my god. So this item, all right, it looks kind of just like a wall hanging, right? It looks like a little wooden strawberry wall hanging, but it's not, because if you do this, it turns into a wooden fruit basket. How cool is that? I could not leave this at the store. This is so freaking cool. It says it's handcrafted by McGee there. I guess McGee, Stuart McGee is no longer with us, and or no longer wants this beautiful fruit basket. But I thought this was so neat. Look at it. Look, this is like the coolest thing ever. It's so cool, I'm tempted to keep it. But I'm gonna like clean this up a little bit. I paid $2.98 for this. I will probably put this up on my Etsy store for around $10 to $12. Just so that way it goes to another home that thinks this is as cool as I do. Maybe 12 to 15. Maybe 12 to 15. But this is so freaking cool. This is like definitely like a handicraft. Maybe late 70s. Probably late 70s. But this is awesome. Late 70s, early 80s. That's gonna go in the Etsy store. These two things, this is what I paid 99 cents for. So she overcharged me for those. Yes, she did. Yes. So looking at my receipt and looking at what I have in my hand, the woman actually did charge me $2.98 for those salt and pepper shakers. But these are milk glass and they're 99 cents. Now, I am not going to sell these, nor would I recommend you purchasing milk glass unless you're going to do something with them, which is what I'm going to do with them. Milk glass is not really worth a whole lot. Like if I were to try to sell these, first of all, I wouldn't, because it's one. I have one of this kind and one of this kind. I think they're supposed to be glasses of some sort, but I'm not going to use them as glasses. I'm going to actually craft with these. And you're maybe wondering, what am I going to craft them with? I'm going to make a, give me a second. So, while this singular milk glass goblet wouldn't be worth anything by itself, if I make a pin cushion that sits in it, well, here, maybe let me do this way. So why one of these milk glass goblets wouldn't be worth anything by itself, except maybe the 99 cents I paid for it, if I make a pin cushion that fits in it like this, except the entire size, then you have this beautiful like standing pin cushion that you can take in and out of this milk glass container. And for maybe some scrap material with some scrap buttons or extra buttons that I have, I can make something that doesn't sell very quickly into something that sells for $10. So this is going to be a 99-cent investment plus another 99 cents in materials, and you'll make a $10 to $12 item that you can put in your store, which is why I bought these. I specifically bought these for that purpose. And I can do that, and I can make those on my Twitch channel, and so it's content, so it's extra, it's something. So that project is something I'll probably be working on my Twitch channel, so that way my viewers on my normal platform can see something neat that I can do with my thrifting projects from here. So this next item is 100% Shetland wool Lord Jeff medium sweater. Now this does have some condition issues. It does have some holes here in the back there that you can see through right there. I did pay up for this. I paid $5 for this. But anything with 100% wool is going to be worth some money, even with the condition issues. With the condition issues, I'm probably only going to be able to get $15 to $20 for this. It doesn't leave a whole lot of room for profit, but I didn't want to leave this at the thrift store just because I love me some wool sweaters, and it's a cute cardigan. So this is another item I paid up for. This I had a moment of weakness. I like anything bright and colorful, and this is a beautiful piece of, hold on, what is it? I think this is Westwood. I think this is a Westwood glass. So this is I think this is Westwood glass. It has a WG on the bottom, which I think is Westwood. If it's not, I'll correct myself somewhere over here. But this is a beautiful piece of red Westwood glass. It's a bud vase. It is $4. It's only worth about $10 to $15, but I'll put this up on my Etsy store and it will go to a loving home. I have a weakness for bright, vibrant colors, and I didn't want to leave this at the thrift store to be broken by those children. And you guys might think I'm being a little harsh, but they broke 3 pieces of glassware while I was there, and like while I was checking out. 3. So just really glad I saved some things from them. This is the last thing I purchased. This is a Lenox piece. This is a Lenox trinket container here. See where the little trinkets go? This is a beautiful little swan. There are no condition issues with this. I again paid $4 for this, which is a little bit more than I would normally pay for it. It's worth about $10 to $15. I'm sure Lenox, when they sold this new, it was like $30 to $40. But Lenox does, for some pieces, hold its value. I did see sold comps for this for around $15 to $20. So I will throw this up maybe on my Etsy store, maybe on my eBay. This is the newer logo, although it is made in the USA, so I'll have to do some research on that. So that's my DAV excursion. Hopefully you guys liked the video. If you did, you should subscribe down below. Also, if you want to see any of these things and want them for yourselves, you can purchase them on my eBay or Etsy store, which will also be linked down below. I will hopefully see you guys next Sunday for another video, and thank you for watching. Feels quality. If you can find a Pendleton blanket button down, that's buttoned down because the collar, as you can see, is buttoned down. If the collar is not buttoned down, then it is just considered a button furt